Welcome to Leatherwingbat Productions, where ideas run rampant and focus must be wrangled. I'm Taylor, your storyteller in progress. And before we get into it, I'm trying to gauge what drives engagement and kind of figure out how to improve my videos. So if you decide you don't want to watch the whole video, no shade, I totally get that. But could you leave a comment down below letting me know what it is you didn't like or why you decided to click away? And I really, really appreciate the feedback. Thank you. Okay. Now on to the main video. First, I need to apologize to my regulars for not updating because it's been about probably 2.5-3 months now. My last video, if you look, not counting the YouTube shorts, was back in May. And as of today, it is August 18th, so I apologize. It's been a hot minute. There's all kinds of excuses, crazy summer, yada yada yada, working on my trilogy, but no excuse is ever really enough of an excuse, right? I guess there are some, but reasons and excuses are different. I digress. Hopefully, I'm planning on doing better moving forward. Always kind of a touch and go, figure things out kind of a thing, which you'll find out as we talk about the main purpose of this video. So I'm gonna kind of revamp the channel a little bit, which isn't like a major change. It's still going to be going towards that big scary goal, which if you're new here, I'll explain that in just a second. And I also may have done a revamp like this before, maybe said some similar stuff. You know, you start over whenever you have to, right? So we will, still be doing big scary goals, still be like learning and focusing on stories, but we'll approach it a little bit differently. Also, update, I did rebrand my website. So my content creator brand, my business brand is a little bit different, more towards Old English study, less like scrapbooking bits and pieces. So if you're interested in that, my link to my website will be down below. You're gonna go check that out. So the original plan, probably the last thing I probably talked about on here, is doing weekly updates on my big scary goal progress and just talking about the things I've done throughout the week that were in my creative sphere. And then I wanted to do like a video every other week or something of a story study, which would end up being like why this movie did well, why this game is so popular, blah, blah, blah. I am shifting away from that, and I'll talk about that in a second. Now, you've heard me say big scary goal a couple times. If you've been here since the beginning, you'll know what that is. But for people who are just showing up, maybe this is the first video you've ever seen of mine, which is probably good since this is the revamp video. The big scary goal was something I learned about in a conference I went to last year. I think it was last year. Time is weird. Last year, where like you find a goal that's scary and big and you work towards it. And the goal that I chose at the time, which is still valid, is to be invited to speak or present at a convention or a conference. Now we can be a bit more specific with that I want to be invited because of my storytelling knowledge or experience and not something that I like pay into to go or something like that, something I actually like am invited to come and present because people are excited or people have learned my work and whatnot. So that little caveat is kind of relevant to how I am trying to attend more conventions and conferences and get tables at places so I can reach more people and enjoy that atmosphere. So that's the big scary goal. That's what we're aiming for, to be like trusted enough as a storyteller to go and give advice to other storytellers or talk about the books, the stories that people enjoy. That's the big scary goal. Now that we know what the big scary goal is, we can talk about the new plan. Big scary goal is still there, still aiming for that conference attendance, that convention invite. However, the way I run it on this channel, I'm going to change it up a little bit and probably try to do more, maybe a little bit better production. Sorry for the squeaky chair. Where I will be kind of like chronicling my path and my journey to being a more masterful storyteller. I don't want to say be an expert storyteller, because can you ever really get to that level? Always learning, always building. So I figure we'll just follow the process I take to get there. And that will involve me working on my books. If you don't know yet, I'm an independent author. 2 out of 3 books in my trilogy are out. I'm in the middle of revising book 3. And then I have plans to continue to release books. I have like 26 books on my book board. But I'm not just a writer. I also love music and performing music. So I'm going to try to build up a singer-songwriter, what would you call it? Not a reading, like a singer-songwriter album thing. I don't know. So music, right now thinking about maybe gauging that music around my books just to kind of connect everything together. But in addition to that, I also want to start my own indie game company. I currently have 2 game jam games up on itch.io. One of them is fairly easy to break, but also remember, I'm very inexperienced. I have no formal training in game design or game development at all. So it's just me using YouTube tutorials and trying to figure things out as I go along. I'm also not a 3D modeler, so right now everything is like free assets or assets you can get on the store and whatnot. So there's 2 on there. One from Jamcepticeye last year, one from GMTK this year, which I didn't get to submit because my file size was too big and I ran out of time to shrink the file size in time. But I do have it uploaded on my website if you want to check it out. It's free. I learned how to do simple cutscenes for it, so that was really cool. There is another game jam I'm hoping to participate in next week. We'll see how that goes, considering I'm still working on the revision for book 3, which is my priority right now. We're gonna get that out, and then we'll see how that goes. I do hope to do like actual, like full-length games before too long. I have too many game ideas to not actually get this going. All that to say, I'm doing a lot of stuff. So in theory, I should be able to show you something that I've worked on, and this also will help keep me accountable because I'm reporting to you guys. So you guys will kind of keep me accountable, especially if you're commenting down there. Let me know your feedback and what you think of stuff. So that's the new plan. In addition to that, with the videos on this channel, aside from chronicling that journey, I also would like to do, I'm gonna not super promise this, but I would like to do a like story experimentation video, maybe once or twice a month, where I take a video, ask what if, and either rewrite something about the story and see what happens. For example, there's been one I've been wanting to do for a while that is involving Star Wars and how the prequels could align better with the original trilogy. And that's all I'm saying about that. You'll have to keep an eye out for that one. So things like that, where I take a writing method or something from a story and play around with it and see what happens. I'm not teaching you anything. If you learn something along the way, fantastic. Because it's always good to teach new things to people, and I love it. We should always be learning. I'm always learning. My writing books reference shelf is ever growing, though you do eventually have to jump in and do the thing. So we're almost done with this video, I promise. Last thing I wanted to put on here is a very tentative roadmap for my novels moving forward. So my goal is to release at least 2 books a year. Hopefully I should be able to stick to that, just because I have too many books to get out, and I don't want to take forever to get all of them out because new ones are popping in my head every day. I just had an idea for a book yesterday that I had to write down and may actually jump the line onto my roadmap. So if you look at my roadmap here, it goes from, we finished book 3 for this year for sure. Then I'm going to do one side you'll see, I'll put this up, it might be in the way of my face. One side has a series on it, the other side are all standalones. And I'm hoping to do one book of the series, then a standalone in the second half of the year, or vice versa. So it'll be kind of staggered. That way you guys also don't burn out on the stories, and I can continue to develop them a little bit more and take the time to hire editors and get beta readers and all that fun stuff. All the fun things that come with being an independent publisher. So we'll see how all that goes. So that was the video. Got a little rambly there in between. Let me double check my notes. There wasn't anything else I wanted to put on there. No, I think we're good. So yes, the books are my main priority right now. Because those are things I know I can handle, things I know I'm going to do, and I can actually get them out. I don't have to do any major figuring things out for those, except for marketing. Figuring out the marketing for those is always a bit of a pain. But books are priority. Video games and music follow closely behind, hopefully. And yeah, I hope this was interesting. If you're still here, thanks for still being here. And I look forward to sharing this crazy creative journey with you. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff if you want to follow along. You can also sign up for my newsletter on my website if you want those kinds of updates. I do that twice a month. I have to put one last little PS on here. If you are in Colorado Springs on August 29th, I have a book signing. This will be my very first author event, which is so exciting. It'll be the Chapel Hills Barnes & Noble here in Colorado Springs. We'll be there between 11 and 4. Just come, I'll sign books, I'll chat with people. I mean, you don't even have to necessarily buy the books while we're talking, but come in, check it out, bring your friends, and spread the word. I hope to see you there. And then I will see you in our next video. Bye.